Hello.
Hi! We just wanted to share a really quick update summarising the journey to California and all of the incredible things that aligned to get us here in a very short space of time. I think probably about 4 months ago we had no plans or intention to be in the US, but it's just crazy how things have aligned super quickly. So when we first started talking about coming here, we made a big list of about 9 different things that would need to be in order for us to come here. It really seemed impossible, but we're here, we've made it, and we just wanted to not forget all of the incredible things that have happened that have got us here. So we just thought we'd quickly record and document them.
Yeah.
So one of them was the dog.
Yeah. That was the hardest one.
Finding a home for Shiloh.
Actually, he's happy because he's with my mum. She lives near some woodland. She spoils him rotten. I think
great.
it's best for everybody, apart from us. But yeah,
He's happy. We're happy.
Yeah.
One was my passport. So I didn't have an in-date passport. The passport office was shut, but I applied when they allowed me to. First of all, the system wouldn't accept applications, but when it did, I applied, and my passport was back with me within a fortnight, less than that, just over a week.
And this, you got to think, this is during COVID-19. Like, things were going so slow at the time, and it just came back so quickly.
There was a
which then
backlog
meant
of
we could then
passports.
do the applications, and then because we had to get that done before we could even do the visa stuff. So all that had to be done. All it was done was in 2 months. Everything.
Yeah, everything came together because we were hoping one of the things was that I would get a sabbatical from work, but they said no, I couldn't have that. So we thought, oh, okay, this might not come together. But in faith, I handed in my notice, and when I resigned, they were like, to go to the USA, as in the USA where the borders are closed, where COVID-19 is raging, where there's forest fires, and I was like, yeah.
And election,
Trump,
civil unrest.
Black Lives Matter, all of that going on at that time. So, but I resigned, and that was like in June, and the borders didn't open until mid-July, and we didn't get a visa appointment until the 6th of August. But that all aligned amazingly because they haven't actually formally opened the borders. A normal UK citizen can't travel to the US at the moment, but they opened it a tiny bit for certain visa types, and then there were some exclusions, which meant only if you tick one of these criteria can you apply for an embassy appointment.
So say there's 20 visas that can get to the UK and like a travel to the US. There's like maybe 20, I don't know, 30. We were one of 4 possible visas that could go through, and ours was a special M1 education visa.
And only people who big truck going by. Only people who had either had a death in the family in the US, had a health concern, or who were starting a course in the US in September were able to get an appointment. And then there were no appointments available, but we called up first day, nothing, called up second day, and managed to get one of the first appointments. And breezed through that whole process, got the visa on the day within about half an hour, and that was another tick.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest ones, I think, was also the finances.
Yeah, so that was, we sat down with about £1,000 in our account, speaking to my parents about coming to America, and they were like, but you need all the money, like, and we worked out we needed over 20,000, essentially £30,000 to do it.
Because we can't work out here, we needed to pay for our school fees, we needed to pay for accommodation out here. There were so many things, and we also really didn't want to have to take out a loan. And we got it.
We said like maybe after a week or something, we were talking about this, well, how are we going to get finances? And we said, well, it's been 1 week and we've made about £6,000. And the person we were talking to was like, that's great, still not enough. And we're like, yeah, but if we could get £6,000 come together in a week through different things, through amazing donations from people, but other things as well, we thought, well, let's just see what else God can do. And surely in 2 months £20,000 managed to get together, and there's still some other money that we're expecting to come in from some other means. She's great at finances. She's quite studious. So, yeah, managing to pull out money from places you don't even know where it might exist. We also had this thing with a mortgage. So a few months ago, when COVID first started, our mortgage was up for renewal, and I just said, you know what, we've got to be careful because we don't know how COVID-19. I said you've got to be careful because we don't know how COVID-19. I definitely said that COVID-19 might play out. We might lose our jobs, and the world could just go crazy. So let's see if we can get the mortgage extended, get less money that we're paying monthly mandatory, and then we'll just pay more to make up the difference. Which Naomi, she contributed that bit of the conversation. And we managed to extend our mortgage and get a lesser payment. But what we didn't realise is God was making us do that so that we would have financial flexibility to be able to come here.
So we rented out our house.
Yeah.
We've more than covered the mortgage with our rent, and actually we'll have a little bit extra that helps us if we do need any extra funds while we're out here. And that in itself is a blessing. I got money back from the tax man, thousands of pounds due to some loophole around gift aid that only applies to a subsection of people, and
a certain type of wage.
So beautiful that the money that this was offset against was money that I'd given to the church and to charities. Off of those payments, there was some rebates due back, which was just beautiful.
God was giving it back, right?
Yeah. Amazing, so generous, the donations from friends, from family, and then even from people that we didn't know. And as people who really enjoy giving, it's really hard for us to ask others, but actually there's been a lot that we've learned in this season around receiving and the joy that it gives others to receive. And that's been powerful and just beautiful and humbling, and so inspirational to have received from others.
So things just came together, and it's important to talk about the figures of money because that is important stuff. We don't usually like to talk about money as people, but those figures are important to know because it's a testament of how God has just made it. It was even though there were so many obstacles that would put you off, it just seemed to come together quite smoothly. It was strange, even though when we looked down and we went, there's no way we can come to Bethel unless God moves. Things did kind of come together. And
and we were so ready at the airport then for the final battle, and a lot of struggles with security and immigration and paperwork and visas, and I think that was probably the smoothest flight and journey I've ever had. We just sailed through from beginning to end, from getting in the car to go to Heathrow.
We even recognised someone at San Francisco airport that we knew. What are the odds of that? And then we met she met someone at the airport who we'd met when we visited Bethel before, and this person said to her, you should come to Bethel.
Yeah, come as a student.
Come study here. And then we were like, nah.
Forgot that conversation until I saw her with her mask on, half her face, from one 5-minute conversation, recognised her at the airport, and that was so crazy but wonderful.
What are the odds of that? You're talking about millions of people pass through that airport daily or whatever, thousands. And there was a girl from our town, Milton Keynes, who's come out here as well.
She's ended up being here, yeah.
So it's been amazing. But we realised that people don't listen to 9-minute videos anymore, so we send love to you and whoever is still listening.
Thank you, we love you.
God bless.
Speak again soon.
Bye.